Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Tittle Tattle Tarot. It's me, Georgie, and
It's me, Mr. Georgie again. Mr. Georgie. Yep.
Hello and welcome. We were going to have a little chat about Nigel Farage.
Nigel Farage.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
We were.
Well, it leads on from what we were talking about last week, doesn't it? Really.
Yes. Yeah. We thought that was a nice link in from last week's one. All about if you lose control over your own personal finances, if the government has control over your money, you are in doggy do, aren't you?
We certainly are. As it's been revealed that has happened to him this week.
Yeah.
Well, it's been going on for a little while, apparently.
So let's just pull a card. I'm going to use what are they? Deviant Moon Tarot. Deviant Moon Tarot. So we're just going to pull a card just for the ambiance.
The ambiance.
The ambiance of today's read.
Okay.
Okay.
The ambiance.
The ambiance.
Are you happy today?
I'm always happy.
Yeah.
You're
I'm really happy. I'm extremely happy. Why do you reckon you're happy?
I'm just in a good. I'm always in a good.
Oh, okay. I'm really happy. Do you want to know why I'm really happy?
Why are you really happy?
Because I own nothing. Because I own nothing, and I do what the BBC and the government tell me to do every single minute of the day. That's why I'm really happy. So everyone needs to do that.
There you go.
Right, let's pick a card.
Go on then. Hang on. Right, go on. Just for the ambiance of today, the feeling, the energy.
That one's jumping out at me.
Go on then.
I don't know. What's that one say?
King of Pentacles, the bank manager card.
Is it really?
It really is.
Is it? Oh,
it really is, and that's what we want to talk about.
That's what we're talking about.
The banks. How spooky is that?
Very, very spooky.
So you got a gift.
I've got a gift with these cards.
Them,
perhaps I should be a tarot reader.
I think you should. I think you should. So yeah, the bank manager card, and this is what we're talking about. Take it away.
Take it away. So it's come out, and I did have a little look last night to see who's actually reported on this.
Oh.
And lo and behold, the usual suspects, let's call it the mainstream media, haven't said anything about this because obviously they don't want the mere mortals to know that this stuff is going on.
Yeah.
So basically,
it must be fringe, like GB News and all
GB News, and obviously all the usual so-called conspiracy theorists and alternative media, which they don't want you to know about, are the ones that are reporting on this. So Nigel Farage works for GB News.
Yeah.
So they are
American friends know much about Nigel Farage.
They might know quite a bit about Nigel Farage because and this is part of the issue here, he's very good friends with Donald Trump.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Part of the problem.
Yeah, imagine.
And yeah, so not exactly sure, 100% sure which bank it is, but I think it's the Yorkshire Building Society is one of them.
Yeah. So, which is strange because building societies are usually much more independent, aren't they? You know, much more.
They should be because they're owned by the people. Basically. Yeah, they're owned by the people. Then they shouldn't have any links to the World Economic Forum, the Rothschilds, and all the rest of it. But we don't know what goes on behind the scenes, deep down undercover.
No.
So who's pulling the strings? Because the last I heard, the banks are there to look after your money, not decide whether you disagree or agree with something, whether you can have your money or not.
Pull on that. So who do the banks, who do they work
for? We're talking independent sort of building societies here, which are run by the members, not your Halifax, your Lloyds, Santander, and all that sort of stuff.
Do you know, I really like the depictions on these cards. I mean, this is the 5 of Cups. But with this one, I always look at it being told what to do, and then someone with their fingers in their ears not wanting to hear what to do. Now, I know that with our building societies, we've had this problem recently with quite a few people having their banks closed, their accounts closed, because people have turned around to the building society and said, we don't like the way you're pushing pride. We don't like...
Well, and this was Yorkshire...
I know we've gone off on an issue here, but this is almost like, you know, and they've given out forms to people and said, oh, you know, tell us what you think of our Pride Month. And so people have told them what they thought, you know, well, actually stick to your lane, you know, you should be working on our money, not rainbow flags and banners. What
exactly.
people that have said that, including one
it was a vicar.
church.
It was a vicar.
Yeah, I think it was more than
a vicar. Yeah, he's more than a vicar.
More than a vicar. But you know, sort of saying, you know, no, you know, you shouldn't be doing this. And look, and this figure's got his fingers in his ears. Oh, well, yeah, you know, we want your opinion, but we only want the opinion that we want to hear. We don't want to hear anything that could be a criticism about the way that we conduct business. So I know we've gone on to all the rainbow flag and the all that business.
Well, that is part. But I mean, Jesus Christ, that's been shoved down our throats so much. The whole month of it.
I think, you know, we get a day for veterans, a day for Father's Day. We get a whole month for Pride.
Month for it. Yeah.
What we say, because we'll probably have our accounts for it.
Probably will do. So what I found out last night was that, because I wondered what happens to the money.
Yes, yeah. What happens?
What apparently happens is you end up getting a letter from the bank, and this is you can't sort of contest this. This is all done via email or letters. And the letter basically says you have 14 days to remove your money from the account. But in Nigel Farage's case, what happened was he went to remove his money and open up a bank account, and he went to 7 different banks and they wouldn't let him have a bank account. So there's obviously a bloody agenda going on there.
Of course.
So who's put the stop on all of that? I mean, I can hazard a guess.
Who do you think?
Oh, it's government.
Yeah.
Government, because they don't want the people to realise that what they are doing is so wrong. And Farage is, whether you agree with Nigel Farage or not, he's getting powerful. They don't want that.
Yeah.
And he's aligning himself with people that they don't want.
So what the government
power over.
think of Nigel Farage? What the government think of Nigel Farage? What do the government think of Nigel Farage? Well, Queen of Swords in reverse. I know this is female energy, but Queen of Swords in reverse. Swords are words. It gets very dark in here. There we are. That's better. Swords are words and your thoughts. In reverse, lies. It's all lies. This is what they think of Nigel Farage. You know, everything that he promotes is lies. He can't be trusted in his views on politics, on his views on anything, Europe, anything to do with anything. Queen of Swords, if she's speaking, she's lying.
Well, also he did actually say in one of his interviews that he did that when he was UKIP, when he was the leader of the UKIP party, other members of UKIP got their bank accounts frozen. Oh, and also what I have got to say is with Nigel Farage directly, they've shut his family's bank accounts down as well.
Oh my goodness. So, you know, this doesn't just extend to him.
They're basically trying to force him out of the country.
Yeah.
That's what they're trying to do. Trying to force him out of the country.
Incredible. Incredible. So pull one on that. Forcing Nigel Farage out of the country. Yeah, I mean, this is all greed, and it's very much, I will do what I want and I will get the result that I want and I'll have what I want. And I think this is just, you know, the banks, and it is, you know, we've got the genie here coming out of the bottle, and this is a very self-centered card. And this is basically, I will get what I want at any cost to anyone. So yeah, they want him out of the country.
Yeah.
And that is their agenda.
He's a threat. He's a complete threat to them, because he didn't go to the usual places where they all come from. So I mean, he didn't go to Eton, Cambridge.
No.
He didn't go to Winchester, which is where Sunak's from. And let's not forget, Sunak has not been elected by the country.
No.
He's been
No.
placed there by Schwab.
Yeah.
Basically.
Absolutely.
He's there. He's there. He's not there on merit. He's there
No.
because they've put him there.
That makes sense, because this is almost like the Jolly Boys Club.
It is a Jolly Boys Club, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. It's sort of it's such
they're all
a
mates. They're all
conceited
mates
card.
from the
Yeah.
same. They all come from the same place.
Yes.
Whichever side of the house you sit on,
Yeah.
they're all mates.
Of
So
course.
that's just theatre.
Yeah.
That's just theatre going backwards and
Absolutely.
forwards.
Yeah. So this card, it's very much yeah, I can see that the privilege and the wealth and the, you know, and I can just summon up this genie and I can get rid of you if I want, if we choose to, because we're part of the Jolly Boys Club.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
It's just that sort of greedy fat card that is, I get what I want
Yeah.
and you're in the way, so
yeah, and you
know.
can stop us carrying on getting
Yeah.
what we want.
Yes, yeah,
That's basically
a
what it
really
is.
good point with this particular card. You know, eat and drink your fill, have your fill of money, have your fill of everything. It's one of the, well, it is, I think, the most greediest, conceited card in the deck. That's my opinion of this, and that is government. Yeah, absolutely.
They're literally just filling their boots on everything. They really are.
So, you know, Nigel Farage, he isn't alone in this, other people, but I don't know whether the other people like that
Come back this way a bit. I think it's you that's doing it. Yeah.
Is the vicar, or not the vicar, how condescending, what is he? He's some kind of in the church, I don't know. He's not a vicar.
I'll have to look, but he's certainly
not a vicar.
well, he has his own, he's got his own, he runs his own church, let's put it that way.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yes.
well, whatever his position is, he has a congregation up in Yorkshire somewhere.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's concerned with a lot of the pride problems, a lot of the trans problems.
Yes.
And he
Well,
said that in the blooming data sheet that they requested that he fills in.
Yes. Yeah.
But he gave the wrong answer.
But you see, I don't know, which comes down to this one, doesn't it? Well, I'll give you my answer, but the banks have got their fingers in their ears going, well, I don't want to hear your answer. I want you to give me the answer I want you to give me.
Oh, I'll tell you what I noticed the other day. Went into the Halifax, and a little while ago, they had all the blooming, you know, the name badges.
Oh, what the pronouns?
They had their name, and then they had he, she, or whatever underneath it, there or whatever. That's all gone now.
Oh.
So I should imagine a few people are kicked off about that.
That's good.
So I'm pleased with that.
A few shops have had that, haven't they?
Yeah.
You know, I think some of the supermarkets had it as well.
Oh, did they?
Because you could identify as a cat if you want.
Well, yeah, I mean that's ongoing, isn't it? That's ongoing.
Identify anything
Bloody
you like.
hell.
But yeah, so poor old Nigel Farage, don't know where it will end. And as for this man of the cloth, I don't know where it's going to end with him, whether he can go to another bank, whether they haven't been quite so strident with him, whether there are other banks that will take his money. How ridiculous, you're asking banks to take your money and they're saying no.
Yeah, say no, yeah. So I mean the other thing is it's so they're saying that they're probably in a roundabout way they're saying to the vicar guy, the reverend, that you're discriminating against the pride flag and the pride situation, blah blah blah. But so
we're discriminating against you.
Yeah, so basically it's discrimination against the vicar because they won't look after his money anymore.
Yeah,
and let's face it, the money that they've got in there, they're bloody using anyway. They're using to make more money.
Absolutely.
They're playing with that left, right, and centre.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So we
make of that what you will.
With that, but could well end up with Nigel Farage leaving the country, and
I should imagine he's got himself lawyered up. And
why would you want to be in this country? I mean, if they did that to us, I wouldn't want to be here.
No.
You know, it's just like, well, you know, I'll go somewhere where they do want my money.
Yeah. Where's that in?
I don't know. Well, I haven't got any money, so they won't do it.
Have you not any money?
Well, not very much.
Well, I haven't got anything, and that's why I'm so happy. So I just walk around happy all the time.
You're one of them, aren't you?
I'm one of them.
You're one
of them. Yeah, I'm one of them. I'm one of Klaus's minions. Eating the bugs. It's the bugs that make me so happy.
Do it.
Yeah, the bugs do it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, what do you reckon? Should we move on to the next one?
Let's go to the next subject. Where are we going next?
Well, It's not conspiracy. Well, it's not really conspiracy theory. We might head off into that, but everything that's going on in France. Oh my goodness. Oh gosh, I can't. Oh, I can't comprehend. You know, it just looks like it is a war zone. It's terrifying.
Well, so you've got a bit of a situation here. Obviously, there's what's happened has happened, but
Yeah.
you've got to ask yourself, why have all the mainstream media decided to report on this when basically the French people have been fighting the police every week for probably about 18 months?
Yeah, but it's because of
what happened. Yeah.
Yes.
And now we can, it's the whole border situation, the immigrants, racism and all the rest of it.
Oh yes,
It fits lovely with the agenda now, doesn't it?
They're putting it down
Yeah.
to. The police are
racist, what have you.
Yes. Yeah.
Nothing to do with what's gone on before. But obviously it's not bothering Macron enough, because while all that lot was going on,
children in.
keep your children in, and see you later. I'm off to the Elton John concert.
Yeah.
I'll have a little jig around with Elton. I mean, you can read between the lines here, and you can see what's going on.
Yeah.
You got to get your thinking caps on.
But you know, most of these people, well, they're not men that are doing this. These are like teenagers.
They're boys.
They're
boys
doing this.
But it's like everyone has said, and you get called a racist for saying this. Where are the women and children?
Yeah. Yeah.
Where are they?
Yeah.
We have some in a hotel down the road from here, about 2 miles down the road. They're all men.
And they all look very fit.
They all look very, very fit.
Yeah.
They're all of a fighting age.
Yes. Yes.
There's no women and children there.
No.
And they're all hanging around.
Shoes and
Well,
phones.
they've been kitted out by Sports Direct. That we do know.
Yeah.
They come over supposedly with nothing. They get given a phone. They get kitted out, and the contracts with Sports Direct.
There are a lot of ex-veterans who would.
And yeah, exactly. There's all our ex-army. A lot of them sleeping rough.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
If you want to call me something for saying that, then call me something. But that is fact.
It is fact.
That's fact.
Yeah.
We are looking after those people who are supposedly immigrants and have nowhere to live. We are looking after them better than we are looking after our own people.
Yeah.
And that is all coming from this government.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter which side of the house you're on, both of them are exactly the same. In fact, I think Starmer will even have more.
Yeah.
So you've got to ask yourself some questions with that.
But I just don't see how we've gone so far down this road, how we can start reeling it back now. I mean, like with France, well, even if Le Pen got in, I mean, what's she going to do?
Well, exactly, what is she going to do? See, now I've seen something this morning, and basically a retired general or colonel from the army, the French army, has basically said to Macron, sort this out or we will.
Yes.
So it's at a point where some people with some big nuts need to get involved and sort this shit out and get these people out. I'm not talking about the immigrants. I'm talking about the politicians that are ruining everything. That's what needs to happen. It needs a political coup, basically.
So, well, let's pull on it. Will there be a political coup? We're talking about France.
Well, and also this is apparently also spread to Switzerland and Belgium.
Yes, yes.
Let's go with that one.
Yeah. Well, look,
Don't know what that is.
Emperor in reverse. You know, this is your narcissist card. This is Emperor the right way up. This is good government. This is a good leader, wise leader. You know, the person who is philanthropic and does things not for themselves. Not for themselves, but for, you know, the greater good. The emperor, good emperor, you'd follow a good emperor. You know, you trust a good emperor with your life because, you know, they have the people's, the people's interest at heart. We've got it up the other way. Well, you know, just reverse everything I just said. You don't need me to say what an emperor in reverse is. It's all of those things.
No politician in this country has got the people's interests at heart.
It's all
from
money.
Sunak, Starmer to bloody Sadiq Khan. the London mayor,
Yeah.
none of them have got
No.
they're we've gone off on a tangent now, but the
doesn't
bloody
matter.
stupid clown Agenda 2030 clock,
Oh yes,
Prince
yes.
Charles and bloody Khan, with all these
This
clocks around the
countdown clock.
countdown clock.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus, it doesn't bloody work.
No.
You don't have to be a rocket scientist to know that it's not going to work.
No.
All these people need to be gone.
Yes.
They really do, and I'm getting angry about it now. I'm not happy
Just-
anymore.
No,
I'm not happy
you
anymore.
You
I was really happy. Klaus told me to be happy, and I was happy.
I have nothing.
I have nothing.
I own nothing.
There you go. I'm smiling. I have nothing. I'm smiling.
Doesn't do your blood pressure.
Doesn't do your blood pressure any
No,
good.
no.
But a lot of people just can't see it.
No.
A lot of people can't see because they're glued to the BBC.
Yeah.
They're glued to
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the France situation is not a good situation. But
No,
none of these
it's
people
terrifying.
have our interests at heart. Look what's going on in Holland. Like they're trying to get all the farmland off the farmers,
Well, they're
and
succeeding, aren't
to
they?
basically house migrants.
Oh, okay. I was thinking more for the food agenda. You know.
Well, there is that as well. So I mean,
But
because
no, that's what I
the
was thinking.
bugs
I
can be
didn't-
grown. Well, it's called vertical farming, isn't it? The bugs can be grown in a warehouse. That's not an issue. Yeah, vertical farming.
So it doesn't take up much room because you're
No,
not going out.
you're going up. So anyone can
Okay.
put a steel frame building up,
Sure.
and then basically the bugs are grown in glass, plastic cabinets,
And
I
they
suppose, and they just keep stacking them up and up and up.
Right.
So it's simple,
Yeah.
and it's like the maintenance of it all is nothing.
Yeah.
You're not having to run tractors and combines and
No.
God knows what else.
You wait till we see what our health's like in 20 years' time.
I've got something else to say about that. Say to me 3D printing later, and we'll get onto the 3D
Well,
printing.
if I remember. So
Come this way.
let's pull another card. See, we're all hutched up. He's sitting on a little camping chair.
I've got a little
That's why he
camping
looks so
chair.
short. Yes, so you've got to get a bit closer, my love.
We?
I know you don't want to be that close to me, but you've got to.
There we
you
go.
go.
There we go.
There
Look at
you go.
There we go.
Right. What am I pulling on?
I don't know. You said.
Well, I don't know now.
Oh, you lost track of it.
Forgotten, I've
You lost track.
forgotten.
That's no good, is it?
So what were we talking about? We were talking about, well, I know about the farming, but before
Yeah.
that,
The politicians, basically. I think it was. We're going to have to go. I can't remember.
no.
I can't remember.
Well, on the farming anyway,
Farming.
vertical farming.
Vertical farming.
Vertical farming. Have a good thing.
What do we want to know about vertical
Well,
farming?
just see what it says about vertical farming. Vertical
one.
farming. Well, Harry's so good. Well, Ace of Cups, the right way up. This is the card of it's abundance. It's great. It's all the good things in life. You know, it's good emotions. Now, if you think people as farmlands, people's livelihoods being taken away, this is tears. This is upset. This is destruction. Everything that the Ace of Cups isn't. Ace of Cups up the right way. Oh, my cup runneth over. It's just like, this is the best thing, you know, how wonderful. No, these poor farmers, you imagine the tears. You probably had your farm in your family.
Been in the family for years, isn't it?
Generations.
Yeah.
And animals, livestock being cold. And
yeah,
I mean,
that's what they want, isn't it? That's what they want.
and you know, people think, are farmers unattached to their animals? My God, are they attached
Yeah,
to
they
their
are.
animals?
They are.
And you know, this Ace of Cups just shows that the emotion coming out, you know, the absolute horror of this.
Yeah.
So are we going to end up like France? Are we going to have civil unrest and God knows what? Do you think we're going to have that? Do you think it?
Well,
I mean, if it's in
it's-
France, I kind of think maybe it's on its way here.
The English they're a strange bunch, aren't they?
Yes.
Because all the time they can go to the pub, they can get hammered,
Yes.
they can go to the airport and go off on holiday.
Yeah.
How many times do you hear people say, "Oh, I work for my holidays.
Yes. Yes.
I work
very
for
much
my
so, yeah.
holidays." Those 2 weeks abroad somewhere is what keeps them going
Yeah.
for the year.
Absolutely.
Talk about being a slave.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So most of them, as soon as they can't go away, as soon as they can't go down the pub, As soon as they can't go to a restaurant,
Mm-hmm.
then they're a bit stuffed.
Yeah.
And that might be the point when they start to realise, oh,
Yeah.
we've been done over here. We've been done over here.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then something might happen.
Yeah.
But at the moment, all the time they can carry on doing what they're doing.
It is like, oh, we're okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, the rest of the world could be burning down, but
Mm.
oh, we're okay. And you
Yeah.
know,
But
yeah, I think that's very true.
and
Okay.
I mean they're down the road. They are down the road.
I know.
And that hotel owner has taken them in. I think he's got another 2 hotels in Eastbourne that are full of them.
Mm.
And it sounds horrible the way I'm talking about this, but it's a fact.
Yeah. And it's like you say, I mean, if they were couples with children, and you can think, oh, you know, that they've fled persecution or whatever, and they're genuine, you know, political asylum or what have you, then you would welcome them with open arms. You know,
But they're
families
coming
with
in
children.
every single day.
Hordes of men.
Yeah.
You know, and they're blimmin' intimidating. When you see them in the high street, you think, oh my goodness, you know, just these men, no women with them.
No. And from what I understand, from Africa, I think it is, to Italy, that's the shortest route, apparently.
Right.
They're not going from Africa to Italy in dinghies. They're coming from there to Italy in massive boats, like cargo ships.
And then they're coming
thousands of them. And then they're trying to work their way through.
Let's get here.
Yeah.
Oh, good grief.
But all of the people, the politicians, it's a gravy train. Because
Yes.
if they weren't making any money out of it, it would have been stopped.
Yeah, exactly. So how are they making money from it?
Well, because one of their mates is going to have a hotel chain.
Well, yes, yeah.
One of their mates has got a bus company or a coach company. They've all got to be shunted around. That's how it all works, you see.
You know, I mean, I'm going to say what you've said.
Go on, put us in jail.
No, but, and I think you've got a point here. The fact, and it's like I said, the fact that these are young men, these are 18.
It's an EU army, basically.
Yeah.
They have an EU army here.
Yeah. And that's
what people don't realise. It's an EU army.
Yeah.
And we can actually go into that even further, because there's other people that have delved right into this and found things out, and they're even being trained.
Come on then, EU army, these men, and you know, we're not talking about women and children here. These men, EU army.
What's that on?
Well, you know, this way up, this is your indecision card. Well, you know, give them the benefit of the doubt, you know, or political asylum or what have you, refugees, give them the benefit of the doubt. With this way up, well, I don't think you need to give them the benefit of the doubt. They aren't what they say they are.
No, of course they're not.
So it's like dropping the ball on it. No, you know, you don't have to think, oh, well, you know, these people have had to flee where they are, you know, they come here with nothing. Like I say, well, if they come here with nothing, where are their wives, where are their children?
Yeah.
And you know, that thing about giving them the benefit of the doubt. And I think this is what's happening now. People at first were, oh yes, you know, come into our country. And even the people that were like that are now sort of, oh no, I'm dropping the ball on this, because you just see loads of these men, very intimidating, walking around. And I mean, look at that army barracks that they were in. And they
trashed it, didn't they?
They totally
trashed it.
And it's like, I think it was lovely Trevor Coult. He turned around and said, you know, if why couldn't they have had homeless veterans in there?
Yeah.
They would have looked after it. They would have cleaned it with a blooming fine tooth comb, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
They would have looked after it and cherished it. But no, they had to give it to these people, these men, only men, who just totally wrecked it.
And what was the other thing? They were complaining somewhere. They were complaining that the hotel's Wi-Fi wasn't good enough.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you got anything else to add on anything?
No, I'm sure. Let's pick a couple more cards and see where we go.
All right. Okay. We keep going from up here to, oh God, this is so depressing.
Where should we go next? Oh, let's do Sadiq Khan and his bloody countdown clock with Prince
Oh,
Charles.
I've heard about this. I mean, if you're in the UK, I'm sure you have, but you know, if you're in America, maybe you haven't, or
Agenda
Australia.
2030, isn't it?
Agenda 2030.
This is what we're going through at the moment. The net zero climate change, absolute
We've only got
rubbish.
7 years left.
7 years left to be really extremely happy, own nothing, and run around in our little electric cars.
Yes. Because that's going to work.
That's going to work, isn't it? It's going to work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where we'll all be in our 15-minute cities. No one will be. That might be when it kicks off because you won't be able to fly anywhere.
No, that's right.
It's
Well,
like,
they will.
They will be, yeah, because what they want to do is they want to have 2 airports in this country. I think it's Heathrow and Glasgow Airport.
Right.
The rest, there won't be any other airports. That's what they want. That's what they want. Yeah. So you won't be going anywhere. The English won't be going anywhere.
Well, if you take the English's holiday away from them, or the Brits' holidays away from them, there you go. That's our holiday. That's how important it is. Our holiday. A holiday in the sun. And look, you know, people, you can understand it. A lot of people have got living grotty jobs, haven't they?
Yep.
They work so hard, and you know, and they save up their money, and all they want to do is go on holiday, get a bit of Spanish sun, and that's how important it is. The sun is such a positive card, and it is literally working all year to get your 1 or 2 holidays. And that is what the British live for. A lot of them. Not saying you.
Let's just go on for a slight
us,
tangent here. Slight tangent.
Go on.
The sun is so important that they're trying to block it from you.
Well, yes.
as well.
Yes.
Let's just get that one in as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
So only 2 airports.
Apparently so. Should we see what the cards have to say about that?
Yeah. Only 2 airports in the whole of the UK.
On that one.
Oh, well, it's going to cause ructions. I mean, this is the fighting card. 5 of Wands. This is fighting, arguing, and you know, backwards and forwards, and you know, I don't think they'll get away with it. But then I say that, but
they got away with a lot so far, darling.
Yeah, because it goes down to this one. Do you remember I pulled this one and I said to you, this is the we get what we want, whatever we want. If it's feathering our nest in some way, we'll be as greedy and as you know, we'll call up all the genius that we've got to get our way, and you can't do anything about it. And that's real conflict.
Yeah,
real conflict card. But they sneak these things in so
of course they do.
Stealthily,
of course they do.
That
they wait until something shit's happened, and then they sneak it through. So that they hope that everyone will miss it. And then, well, where did that come? Oh, well, we put that through 3 months ago.
Yeah, it's like all these stories suddenly come and everyone's going, oh my goodness, and they're looking over there while they do something over there, aren't they?
Yeah, it's proper magician's trick every single time.
Yeah.
It's like, as soon as you hear something on the mainstream media that's like shocking, you need to immediately forget about what they just told you and go and find what they're trying to hide.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. It works every time.
Yeah.
Every time they do it.
So I want to finish off by doing what we did last week.
So you got the Deviant Moon, and it is devious. Devious.
It's a perfect deck for it. It really is. Yeah. And we had the Tarot of the Abyss last week, which again was a very dark deck, but very appropriate.
Yeah.
So I want you to do what we did last week. We pull a card and stick it on our forehead.
I've been walking around with that on my head all week. Yeah.
So we're going to pick a card. We're going to put it on our forehead and we're going to see what our energy is now. So come on then. What vibes are you picking up? Just stick it on your forehead. I won't look at what it is. Go on, I'll pick mine. Oh,
right, what have I got?
You've got the 3 of coins in reverse. What have I got?
I don't know, do I? King of Wands you've got.
King of Wands. All right, King of Wands. So, okay, we've got this one's Julian's one. This is in reverse. It's people not working together. You know, it's oh, I don't know. I kind of see this as, hold that. I'm not quite sure how I see that.
Do you want me to read this one?
No, This is like your energy. So let me come back to that. My energy is easy. I'm the King of Wands. That's sort of just hopeful that things will work out. Probably I'm more of an optimist than you. And I definitely think that I tend to sort of believe that things can't get any worse, and it's probably a very naive way of looking at it, but I kind of think that there are some very good people in this world, and that, you know, good will triumph over evil. And I always think that. And there are some very passionate people who are passionate about, you know, about their own countries, and making sure that the people in their own countries prosper, and that, you know, good things happen, and that these terrible people don't succeed. So that's, and I think that is the energy that I have very much. Yeah.
What have I got here then? What does that mean?
Let's do it the right way up. This is working together. So I see this, the way that you're looking at things. This is everybody working together harmoniously. This is the government working together with all the different institutions, you know, putting Britain first. And now that is a racist concept, isn't it? Britain first.
Britain first, yeah. I don't like that slogan, do they?
At all. So here you go in reverse. This is groups of people. We've got three images here, but it doesn't have to be three. It's just groups of people working together to
cause chaos.
Yeah.
Cause chaos.
Absolutely. And I very much think that that is what you believe.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying I don't believe that, but I know that that's very much whatever happens. Julian's always, you know, looks. I don't mean you look at the black side of things, but
no, I look at the dark side of what's going on.
You don't believe anything.
No, I don't believe anything that anyone, if they're pumping something into your face, there's something going on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And they are trying to cause chaos so that eventually someone's going to rock up, and one of their kind is going to rock up and say, I'm here to save you all. And then it's like, oh, thank God he's come. He's come to sort us out.
How do you mean?
Someone that it's like the
I don't understand.
Right. Okay. So you've got all this carnage here with the immigrants coming in.
Yes.
You've got the cash situation, the banking situation.
Yes.
And then they're going to come with this is why they want to put in the cashless society.
Yes.
So that then, and obviously there's more to that than meets the eye. There's the surveillance and all the rest of it. And then they can rip you even more with, like, they track everything that you're doing. But there's going to be the carnage. There's going to be the chaos. The people keep coming in. Everyone's going to get to a point where they haven't got any money. And then they're going to say, here we are. This is what we've done. This is what's going to help it. If we bring everything together and have you no cash left, you're going to use these new Carlos Fandango idea that we've got, but we're going to be able to track everything that you're doing.
Yes.
And we know exactly what you're doing. And even like the universal credit scheme, they're giving people 1,600-1,800 quid a month at the moment. They're trialing it. So if they're trialing it, they know that at some point they've got to do that.
Because
people.
They're doing that so that you'll be dependent on
yes, so that you are completely 100% dependent on the government, the World Economic Forum, the World Health Organization, Bill Gates, and all of his ilk.
Because, you know, a lot of people just be, oh, that's fantastic. I don't have to work.
I don't have to go to work. Don't have to go to work. But what's the cost of it? Exactly. Yes. What comes with that?
You've sold your soul, haven't
what
you?
comes with that? Well, you're going to live over there.
Yeah.
You can't have a car.
No.
You've got X amount of minutes of electricity a day. We know what you're doing with your cash. If you use that and you use that money on something, we're going to restrict your internet. They'll restrict everything, but you've got to keep taking it. Oh, we've got a malaria vaccine now. You better take that. You better take this.
If
you better take that.
Then you won't get your money.
Yeah, you won't get your money.
Oh,
that's where it's all heading, darling.
Yeah, I don't. Do you think? I know that you people in Australia, you lovely people in Australia, and you lovely people in South Africa have had all this the electricity being what do you call it?
What's switched off during the day and all the rest of it. Yeah,
Do you
yeah,
think we
yeah.
have that this winter? Because I heard something about, oh, you know, we're going to have power cuts this winter.
Well, they've been talking about power
They've
situation
been
for a
talking
long,
about
long
it for a
time.
long
Yeah,
time. I was just
yeah,
wondering whether it's going to happen. Because do it in the winter. Oh my God, that's got to be the worst possible
Yeah.
time.
but they say that we haven't got enough energy here. So this is where the net zero thing falls to pieces, because they wanted to have all these renewables. The renewables don't provide enough energy.
No.
So
no.
they've had to ask for the national grid to open up coal powered power
Oh,
stations.
for goodness.
So that goes against the grain for a
Yeah,
start.
absolutely.
It goes against everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
So where's the coal coming from? I suspect we're shipping that from halfway around the world.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because we've shut all our
Because
coal
we
mines.
haven't got any here, have we?
We've shut all the coal mines. Look at those industries that went through Mrs. Thatcher back in those days.
So, you know, I would love to hear your comments. What is your country like? If you're in the UK, what do you think about what we've said? Have you got hotels near you that have got all these men in them? I'm not talking about women and children and families. I'm not talking about that. But have you got hotels sort of round the corner from you with just nothing but groups and groups of men that sort of roam around your towns? Not a woman in sight. Have you got that? What do you think? What do you think about the ability just to be able to turn around to somebody like Nigel Farage and like this man of God who, you know, has said, no, you know, I don't want to hear about gay pride. What do you think about them just being able to shut your account and basically make you, as they said about Nigel Farage, person non grata, you know, and nobody without a bank account.
Yeah. So
what do you think? I'd love to hear your comments. And what about France? Do you think Britain is heading the way of France? I mean, this is all in, as you said, in Belgium and Switzerland, the French
part of Switzerland, yeah.
Now, so, you know, do you think that our big cities here are going to experience this as well? Or do you think, you know, we might get away with it?
Well, let's see.
Let's
see what happens. And we'll be back with another version of Clown World next week.
We will, hopefully a little bit more.
I'll be extremely happy again.
Will you be
to start off
happy?
with?
I like it when you're happy. I don't like it when you start to get a bit stroppy.
Yeah. Well, Klaus needs to wind my neck in a little bit, doesn't he?
So that's us for today. Quite a dark one today. But hey, you know, it's a dark old world at the moment.
Very dark old world, yes.
Yes, yeah. We will be back next Sunday, and we'll think about something.
We'll have some tattle for you then.
Tittle tattle, yes, definitely.
Yeah.
So it's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from Mr. Georgie as well.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.